the master of the bite. With my wisdom and experience, I'm setting the pace, turning yard sale, junk into gold and in the rain.
Oh dear God, save
Save
me.
me.
I had Todd was singing, so I was trying to catch him singing for y'all. All right, welcome to Wednesday. My vacation is over, unfortunately.
In the morning light.
Yeah, so the show, just going to talk a little bit about returns because Chris gives me so much content. uh, Adam, what's up, man? JT, what's happening? Um, yeah, we'll hold that one for a second because I've got somebody fishing for a partial refund. We'll ask you guys whenever a few more people drag in here. What does everybody think about peddling profits, vintage members? Good morning, Mister Vermont himself. Are you is Primo the first citizen of Vermont and Southern Vermont Vintage? You're the second, or you've been there longer? You've got to be the king of Vermont, right?
Yep.
I saw you shit on Facebook, Ron. Y'all are not that good, so when your asses get beat, don't come crying to me. There you go. Derek, what's up, man? Um, so if y'all didn't watch the resale therapy, are y'all? Oh Lord! So this basically our therapy for Chris is basically what that show is on Tuesday. Yeah, Chris had a guy with some golf shoes. Good morning, Jen. Lag, what's up? And the person says there's something wrong with his size. They're real stiff and older. He's got several pairs of these, and there's something wrong with these shoes. Because his foot doesn't fit in them. And even his wife, who wears a women's 8, can't get her foot in those shoes. So there's something wrong. And Chris says maybe your wife doesn't know what size shoes she wears, or says something about her wife's foot swollen. Insults the man's. Tells him that he's married to a woman. I guess has got club feet. Chris Buck Mountain Bar. And he could not understand why that was not a good idea. He sold these shoes at 75% off. I'm like, dude, there was something you wanted to get rid of. Why didn't you just cut loose? But he could not understand and was still carried on about having them come back. We're like, why do you want to have them come back to you? Knowing you sold them at 75% off, couldn't get rid of them. And you're going to, the people who do this understand that every return raises your cost into an item. Yeah. Yeah, John, I got tired of dealing. Over last week, I'm like, you know what? The thought occurred to me because I'm like, I'm tired of having to blow dry this beard straight because I didn't blow dry it one straight, and I don't know how Alex goes around with that bushy thing on his face. I'm like, you know what? I'm out. Johnny this morning talking about just cut like 3 or 4 inches off. I'm like, how about if I cut the whole damn thing off? She goes, yeah, let's do that. I'm like, I look like 5 or 8 years younger. What the hell? But yeah, it raises your cost. I don't understand. And then I go and I don't. I had one this morning who, standing on principle, and I don't know why we get this way. Take things a little bit personal. I had a guy tell me that he held the CD up to the light and he can see some scratches. I'm like, but does it play? Oh yeah, it plays fine. I think I deserve a $3 partial refund on a $9 item. I'm
Kick
like,
rocks, buddy.
I'm like, buddy, just send it back if you're not happy. It is described as VG or better. VG means it can have light scratches and scuffs, but it's still playable. That means I 100%. I don't send anything out if it's got a scratch that I can really see that I don't run through the JFJ Easy Pro. And so he is telling me he saw scratches under the light. That means damn near every disc out there, if you hold it under a light like that, it's going to show something. It's going to show a flaw somewhere. So I told him, hey, I've got free returns. You're welcome to use it. And then I told him, hey, VG Plus, you got exactly what was described, buddy. Woo Wan or whatever your name is.
Yeah, I've got a cowboy hat coming back. Item not as described. Well, in the listing I put, it's got a stain on the front of it and it's got a dent in the top. They get it. They say, well, I can't get the stain out and I can't take the dent out. So it's item not as described. Doesn't match pictures or photos. I'm like,
If he put that in the thing, I'd cut him. He'd be paying half. Because it's not, you're not getting this. He has altered the hat by trying to get the stain out. You're not getting the same hat back.
yep.
That's the truth. He's not. Yeah, I don't get that. If you're going to hold something up to the light, man, it is. I've had a couple others that maybe the wrong disc was in the case or something. There was one last week that when I was cleaning the disc, I swapped to. And so that, both of them got immediate apology. I'm so sorry. Here's your refund so you can go ahead and purchase that again from someone. I don't have another copy of it. Did that. I had to do that for each one of them. And they were both fine. They were at least close. The Carpenter CD had the Cars DVD in it. And the Cars DVD had the Carpenter CD. So yeah, those didn't work out too great. But yeah, Derek, it's just because it's kinked up, and I never liked the way it always has that little ridge under my chin too. So I'm like, you know what? I looked like this in January 1st of last year. That beard was that was only 11 months of beard. Trace, I thought you quit. What the hell? Trace talking about he's quitting reselling or quitting a lot of it. Stop that silly talk. Vacation was a lot of fun and enjoyed spending time with my insane mother.
Did you get a video of digging a chicken sandwich out of a dumpster?
No, but somebody chunked she drugged me over there twice. Somebody threw away a brand new office chair. It's still in the back of the. Do these people not have friends that they can go, hey, would you like an office chair? Or you just go. It's a velour office chair. It is some of the ugliest colors at black and orange. I'm gonna have to look at that, but free overrides that. It's still in this box, for God's sakes. And then I've told this to a couple. I have invented a new way to sell merchandise, and so that same night that we were over there, because she had a bunch of stuff we threw out. Somebody had tossed out a KitchenAid box with the styrofoam in it, and I'm like, I've got a KitchenAid for sale. Damn it! I'm gonna grab that and just drag it home with me, because at some point I'll need it it'll help me ship that. I had not been home 30 minutes when that thing sold. It ships today. So I now have a nice box. She's crazy, Ron. You just don't know. I have a nice box to ship the KitchenAid in. So if your sales are struggling, if you go to your local recycle dumpsters and look around, if you see something that you've got for sale, if you grab it, it's a proven winner. You'll sell that item. That's a bearded picker guarantee right there. But yeah, she thrifts a lot, so we never sells anything. So we went carrying on. She didn't buy nearly as much as. In 3 days she bought enough to fill up like 2 of the Trader Joe bags, which is very shocking. One of the thrift stores had CDs for 20 cents. They don't have any CDs right now because I bought them all. That was 225 CDs at that one store for 20 cents each. Lady's like, "How many do you have?" I'm like, "All of them." And so then we started counting. um, so Chaz drives a popular car. Nice. Yeah, the van did good. A van with 259,000 miles on the interstate still got 23 miles to the gallon going. That's what it's always gotten. And it only got like 20 and a half on the way back, though. There's a huge mileage difference at 78 miles an hour and 90 miles an hour. Just saying. It's not a Saturn. Well, maybe one day you'll move up in the world.
So you know how as a reseller you might accumulate some stuff you don't want?
That would never happen.
And today bulk trash pickup day. There's 5 forklift pallets.
I threw mine out. I threw mine out last week too, Todd. They
A
picked
big
them
old
up.
grill, a microwave.
Did the microwave work?
No, that's why it's in. There's 2 of the old tube TVs. I mean, it's a massive pile.
Yeah, I threw out. What did I throw out? I threw out 2 pallets. I threw out. I had a. So I bought a couple things at an estate auction, and one of them was this. I wanted something on the desk, but you had to take the desk to. It was one of those rickety desks that this hat that looks like wood, but it ain't wood, and it falls apart when you look at it. Well, it fell apart trying to carry it out, so I just threw it in the back of the truck. Well, I piled all that up out. There was 3 or 4 other things. I had a huge pile out there they picked up the other day. But that I did all at that one. I bought a microwave with a stand, and I sold that at Van Massey. But speaking of auctions, so Magic Aces 339.79. No, only the ones that when I look at them that they don't look. And if I look at it, I'd be disappointed. I'd run it. So yesterday I had 26 that I shipped out, and there were 5 that I ran through the thing. One of them scared me. I opened it up and it's somebody. I've got the DVDs buy 2 get 2 free, and somebody bought Cars too. And I opened it up. I'm like, that disc is Cars. Damn it! How did I not know that that's a wrong Cars movie in there? So I threw it to the side and kept working, thinking, you know what, I'm gonna have to drop ship that one from somebody to the person and tell them it's coming late. And so I pulled the disc out. Cars 2 was underneath the Cars. I was living right yesterday. So somebody had stuck both Cars movies in there. So Eddie Harlan updates. I saw him last night. He looked just like he always does. Except his A1C is high and he can't eat sugar anymore. He can't drink sweet tea.
Oh, no.
So I've got a little blurb magic that says, guaranteed to be VG or better on all the discs, and which VG means. And I told that guy in the mid, it means that it can have some light scuffs or scratches, but it still plays. And most of them are way better than that. Almost all of them are way better than that because I'll refinish them to be better than that. With his business. So they had their first auction. The second one is live now. You can find it at legacyauctiononline.com and see what they're doing. They've got like 160 or 70 lots again. They're first of the year they're going to try to get to 500, and that's when other people will start selling there. I actually told them last night at Wing Night to put me at the end of the list because I still have Van Massey that I take stuff to, and just to give Tracy and a couple of the other guys some chance that have never done the consignment auction. because my Van Massey ends Thursday night every other week, and I've got Harlan's old tables. So I moved up. I moved up in the world and got Harlan's old tables there. But they had no hitches. All their cards paid. Everybody but one person picked up, and that person had a death in the family. I bought 10% of the auctions. 160 auctions. I bought 16.
Well, if you can make money on it.
Yeah, peddling profits 30%. Yeah, that's here. Same here. And most of them have a 15% buyer's premium on them too. No, so here's the secret. Harlan's probably not listening. I told him the same way. I'm like, dude, whenever you bought all that stuff, you originally bought it to sell at Van Massey, and you're way better at picking Van Massey than me. And so if I could buy it from you and sell it on Van Massey, that's a win right there. I'm like, you get to sell the stuff and get people attraction to your audience, and I push the bids up, and then I get to take it to Van Massey. Let's see what add another one. But everything real smooth. They've got a nice place rented. It's a new building. They're very organized. Now the hard work begins for them is to get the word out and to educate people, because most people have never done that kind of stuff. I think she said they had 100th person sign up for it yesterday with credit card, and so they can bid. I think it had 25 bidders, which is it's a real good start. Eventually they will ship some, but right now they're just trying to get it all going. But yeah, it was a cool experience. I'd always me back in the day, me and Dusty used to talk about that too. That somebody could start out in Huntsville and make a killing. So I hope Harlan and Marcia make the killing. It's a lot of work though. It is a lot of work to get all that stuff ready and to run one.
So they're using an auction service like Auction Zip, or
it's called. They're using Bid Wrangler for their hosting site.
How far are they? How far is the auction from you?
About 9 miles.
That's way closer than Van Massey.
Yeah, Van Massey is. That's you lose 2 hours just to go up and come back. And I'm always, if I go to town, if I go to the thrift stores I go to about every day, it's only about a mile from them. So, yeah, Mike, building is a tough part. So they've got a good start. They're using estatesales.net as their main vehicle right now, but they're trying to push in. There's a lot of local Facebook groups here, but the thing that people who don't do consignment and don't buy normally on those sites is you're going to lose a lot of stuff if you don't put a max bid in, or if you don't watch it when it closes. So that there's an education. Not only do you need to find people, but then you need to educate them on how they can win items. Because a lot of people go, well, that went for $6. I would have easily paid 10. Well, then put your max bid in at 10. When you educate people of that, then you don't have to worry. Because if it went for 11 and you didn't want it for 11, there's no regret. And so they've got some of that to do too. So, but I think they're up for the challenge.
Plus, if you sell on Harlan's auction, you get to just dump all the stuff off on him on wing night.
Dang, your mic is hot.
My mic's hot.
Yeah.
Ow, my ears hurt.
Yeah, setting that on the desk sounded like an earthquake.
Oh. I'm just using the built-in one. Let me see if it's I'll do is that any better?
It's a little low. Go a little bit higher.
All right, let me set it back to automatic. Is that good? Check.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's better.
It probably just hadn't caught up yet.
Yeah, guess who else is here?
It makes me shit.
No. He doesn't appreciate his intro, so I give him a new one.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's I like having a second consignment because I'm
You
bidding.
what?
I'm bidding on stuff with Van Massey now.
That the microwave rotates.
I haven't bid
Okay,
anything.
well, we'll have to get another rotate. I mean, a microwave then.
We don't care about your microwave.
Todd has a microwave that don't work either.
Yeah, it's out
I
there
thought,
on the.
Or did
I
have.
thought, I thought I muted it.
What?
I'm talking to dumbass and
Hey, hey, hey!
Jake and
Oh,
Scott.
okay, there you
I mean,
go.
Jake and Todd.
We can't put up with that kind of disrespect. I don't care. I don't care if you think you're king of the world and drive a Saturn. Damn it, you can't disrespect that much. What are you talking about, Harlan? I don't get it. I told him he could tell people that if they find something in the auction they really want, they can pay me to ship it.
Oh, there you go.
For a slight fee.
Yeah, well, of course you don't do anything for free.
So if someone actually has a Willow question, oh my goodness!
Wait,
If
what?
you just throw them out in the front yard and they'll just do whatever.
If you have willow sticks, okay. If you have 18-inch willow cuttings, you should put them directly in the ground if they're at least a half-inch thick, and just water them. But if they're 10 inches or less, they need a little help, little water, little rooting first.
But yeah, they had when I was there yesterday. I picked up my stuff yesterday or Monday, whenever it was when I got back, and they had someone who would first time everybody's first time there, but he was a newer into reselling and buying things, and very interesting the different groups of people they have. He actually outspent me by $2. What the hell?
What?
But it's scary to think that people search eBay and don't know how to do completed, don't know how to filter, don't know how to unlock. It is because he was going to go to an estate sale yesterday because it was 25% off and buy some Hunter boots that were new in the box because their retail was a sticker on them was 160 something and they were going to be like 49 or $50. And you start looking at the soles and go, wait a minute, they only sell for 69. You're doing that for no reason. He got a good cause. He's got a nonverbal autistic child that the schooling is expensive, so he's trying to raise extra money for that. So he's got a lot of good motivation. It's just you got to learn. You got to learn. Number one rule in reselling: you make money on the buy.
Yep.
You can't. You can fix a bad buy, but it is extremely difficult. You make money on the buy, and if that's your driving force, you'll be much better off. But yeah, so make sure y'all check that out. Go to the website. They've got apps on Android and an iPhone now. If you want to watch it on your phone, ends on Thursday nights, starting at 6 p.m. Central. They won't have one next week because of I don't know why they didn't want to do pickup after Thanksgiving. What the hell?
Yeah. Speaking of fundraising, I'm gonna send you a message on the group chat, Scott.
Hey, there were some ugly camper vans, by the way. The graphics they put on them are like you're not hiding from anybody in those ugly things.
If it's okay if I post that in the live chat, let me know.
I don't have to look at it. You can do whatever you want to.
Okay. All right. This is a close friend of mine's grandson that just had a 12-hour spinal surgery, and they're trying to raise just a little bit of money to. He had severe scoliosis, 15 years old, and they're just trying to raise a little bit more money to help the family. We've got most of it covered. Insurance is going to cover a lot of it, but you know how it is when they they don't have a lot. So anybody that wants to pitch in, I'll put the GoFundMe in the chat. But I'm going to show you I'll show you a picture of the final result. Let's see if I can find it here real quick.
Man, that's 12 hours is grueling.
So they had to do a double pin all the way
Holy.
up.
Wow.
Oh
He's
wow.
15 years old and grew 4 inches overnight, literally, from a result of the surgery.
And that's why Joni doesn't shrink. She's got titanium rods in her back. I'm getting old and shrinking like Tom. And Joni is now towers over me like she's some kind of Amazon at 5'9". She actually is taller than she was because of the rods.
Right.
Seriously, I catch myself kind of hunching over, and I'm like, I ain't going to be one of these people that's all bent over, and I make myself straighten back up.
Yeah, you gotta work on keeping those muscles.
Yeah,
Your shoulder.
that's terrible for him though, but he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's doing good. They were expecting up to a 15-hour surgery when they first opened him up, and based on X-rays. But they got it all done, and I think they said just a little under 12 hours is when they got done. Had 2 surgeons and a third one on standby, and yeah, it all went really well. He's awake, he's alert, and today I think they said they're going to see if he can walk.
Dang.
I know you are impressed. My anti-aging, I'm like 6 or 7 years younger today.
Oh, is that what that is?
I told you you get that preparation H smeared around your eyes and your cheeks. It tightens up all those folds.
Or you cut all that gray off your face.
You need some Just for Men.
Just
Not having all that.
Hey, you sell it. I know you do.
Yeah, I don't have any right. I don't have it listed. I've got a few boxes over there.
Yeah, you ain't got nothing on the shelf.
No. But yeah, I think that was my biggest day yesterday using List Easier. So if Josh is watching, I appreciate that, Josh. It is. I never ever thought that I would get. I think it's some kind of personal record for me yesterday. How many items?
wait a minute.
Toilet girl thinks Scott is hot.
That's what I was about to say. Either she's messing with you, or she needs to go get her eyes checked.
I know, right? I listed 386 items yesterday on that channel.
Dang. How long did it take you to do that?
I don't know. I did some in the morning, some in the evening. It was 240 CDs, and then video games, which I've already sold some of all of them. Cassettes, one of the cassettes sold, and then all these books behind me. I got to figure out what to do with them.
I think Toilet Girl over there in England's been looking at her king too much and thinking he's good looking.
I know, right? You need to be like the rest of us and get you some readers so you can.
Oh, is that what I'm doing wrong? I don't have the right glasses on. Okay.
It's terrible. I'm at a thrift store yesterday on the way to Wings, the same one Tracy and I always stop at. I had to walk out to the truck to get a pair of readers because I can't read the ends of CDs, for God's sakes. It's terrible.
I gotta admit, Scott,
It only goes downhill from that, Scott.
I know they've already told Harlan he need to go up to like 2.5. I'm like, I'm still at 1.5. I'm still at 1.5, and I'm staying there for a minute.
I just want to be able to see.
Oh, we had 2 more messages.
Cataracts taken care of.
Todd's got scheduled. Todd, did you you just had the Todd's got to have the cataract surgery. I've already had it done. But
Somebody wants to know if they buy a second book, can I combine shipping? Sure, I can. There's free shipping on the entire store. Buy as many as you want.
Yeah, tell them 3 items or more, they'll get free shipping.
Yeah.
That's what you should do, even though everything's free.
So the one thing I did notice about, I list a lot of CDs and DVDs, but all right, Baxton, it'll have a good day, buddy. Is I listed those books, and the books, you've got to. That's why it's a media store, because I'm going to try to mix in a few more books, because the profit margin on books, if you older books, much better. So, and there are generally a lot of them. The weakness of people with books is if it doesn't have a barcode, they're not looking it up. And if you're patient enough with a phone, I mean, Google Image will look them up pretty quick for you. And a couple weeks, the last time Johnny and I went yard selling, we ended up at a yard sale. The guy worked at Marshall Space Flight Center, so there's quite a few books about space and stuff back there that got some pretty decent value. I think I bought 12 books, and the lady charged me $5. So,
Was it you or Dusty that bought like a couple of boxes at an estate sale that was like NASA manuals and things like that?
that was Dusty.
People were in the chat was going, can you sell those? Is that anything of that classified?
Yeah, he made a lot of money. There's a couple of those types over here too. Are they buried? What do I do with them? Oh, here like these guys here, the Voyage to Jupiter, because you can. It just has NASA on it, and when you open it up, there's not much to it. It just says it was published by NASA and whatever. So these are more not in the manuals, but these books are their version of what they see and what they do. Lies is what these are. A bunch of lies.
Yeah. It's all
the
Studio 27.
Have y'all ever looked at the NASA logo?
That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, so the NASA logo. What do you see in the NASA logo?
A rocket, and I forget what it's going through.
What
am I supposed to be seeing, Scott?
What's the red thing there in the logo? They put everything in plain sight. What's the red thing in the logo? It looks like a serpent's tongue if you look at it. It's a split fork tongue. NASA. Yeah, look at the meaning of the word NASA and those kind of things, and you'll start to understand. They put everything in plain sight for you.
Oh yeah. That is the elitist forever strategy. Put it dangle it right in front of you, and laugh at you because you're stupid enough not to see it. I mean, I don't mean that something personal to anybody, but just the masses. They think the masses are stupid, and then the masses are. Not everybody, but.
What are you saying, Scott?
They started NASA to tell you what they wanted to tell you about where we are and the craziness that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first heads of NASA, and Mr. German himself, who von Braun, so you would think von Braun, developed the V5 rocket and done all those crazy things to help us to the space race. On his tomb here in Huntsville, Alabama, I think he's born. It says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth His handiwork." That Bible verse from Psalm 19:1. There you have it.
When you should have become a professor, Scott.
I'm not lying. That's straight off his tombstone.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but you remember all this useless bullshit.
That's what they had him put. That's what they had him put on his tombstone.
I mean, that's a good quote, but what I'm just saying is you just remember all this.
The
Crazy.
father of the modern rocket said,
Well, apparently Steve didn't do what we told him to do last night because it's almost 10 o'clock.
Unless they
And he
locked
hasn't.
him up. Unless they locked him up.
Yeah, they like you. Boy,
"No, Corey, I am not running. Nobody's chasing me, so I'm not running."
Charlotte just collapsed Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday because ICE is having Charlotte's Web. People are not showing up. They had like 10,000 kids not show up for school.
Oh, because ICE is there and the kids.
ICE is there.
There's that many kids that are
See, there's
undocumented parents.
I guess. I don't know.
Mm.
That's what was in the news.
I'm telling you, they took advantage of the shutdown to redo this benefits program. It's amazing how much money. I don't get it. I know. So I get there are people that need help, and there are people. I get that.
Yeah.
But the problem is so many of them break our laws, break in here, and then if somebody comes to your house, Tom, and breaks in, you're gonna make them a sandwich and a drink and let them move in and make sure they're fed, and give them a shower.
Absolutely not.
That's the point I'm making. Is
I agree with it. I mean, we can't take care of our own. More or less, the rest of the world. No, Steve was in jury duty.
Yeah, Steve's in jury duty.
We told him last night to stand up there. I told him he needed to wear his Bigfoot T-shirt and carry his Bigfoot action figure.
No, somebody said it was who was this? I think one of the things when they started calling people's names, he should have said guilty.
That's right. That's right. That was John.
John. And that would have been. I'm telling you, you'd be out. So I never since I'd only this is the first time I've been back to North Carolina in years. I only had so much time. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna take one of the 4 days or part of one of the 4 days. I'd rather I decided to stay and spend it with Mother. So
how far away is she from the beach, the ocean, the shore?
7.5 miles.
7.5 miles?
Yeah, because the only way I know that is because we lived across the street from her and it was 7.5 miles. So it's still 7. Okay, so the lady who bought our house, her and her husband has since passed. Mother's like, she's crazy. I'm like, define crazy. She was out in the front yard the other day and her kids could not talk her into going back inside because she said the Antichrist was inside waiting for her.
Oh, Lord.
So it did feel weird though. So the next door neighbor, he bought the house. Him and his wife, then she's now ex, bought the house in '95. We bought that house in the one beside him in 06. Scott was only 4 years older than me, and he's passed in the last year, which is really weird because such an outstanding individual. Helped Mother a lot. I mean, really nice guy. His wife, he was single because I think she thought he was too boring. I mean, he was truly a homebody, but man, was just salt of the earth, nice guy. It was just really strange looking over there and seeing kids living at that house whenever for the last 30 years. It was just he was always there, and so that was a weird part going home.
Did your mother live by herself?
Yeah. Well, except for she claims that after her parents died, they tried haunting her, and one of her dachshunds would not go to the other end of the house until she finally cussed them out and told them they had to leave. So, uh,
I didn't know whether she had remarried or not.
no. One of her, she's got two rescue dogs. One of them, I've never seen a dog watch TV. Have y'all ever had a dog that watched TV?
Sometimes, I've seen them watch certain things on TV.
I mean, this dog sat uh, on the couch all the time, their little couch queen, and she's an older dog, and she sat there and watched TV. When animals and stuff would come on, she'd bark and carry on at them. It didn't matter whether it was a rabbit, a squirrel, a dog, any animal. I'm like, and did not miss one. I'm like, this dog is paying attention to TV. This is so crazy. Yeah, this was locked in. That was so I got all her electronics in order that have been screwed up. She's been telling me about this MacBook she has that she's like, for the last 3 years, she's like, I bought it 3 years ago, and she logged into it and forgot the password and has never figured out how to get back into it again. Yeah, right, Josh. Is there a limit for how much time if you're a Canadian citizen, can you just come to the US for whatever you want? And so I'm like, do you know what your Apple ID password is? No. So once I changed her Apple ID password and told it to erase that computer, that she's like this, and within an hour it was updated and back to normal after I erased it. And she's like, this is the first time I've actually used it since I bought it. It's a good thing she bought it. It's a MacBook Air. It's an M1, so no, it's brand new. Kent. No, charge cycles on it was like 2. Yeah, Josh. I know you guys see people list a lot, but I got 386 listed yesterday. Thanks to team list easier. Y'all list easier is terrible. Y'all don't use it. Y'all keep staying in the dark ages, telling everybody the AI didn't work. I'll take one for the team and keep putting up listings.
Do you have box numbers on those boxes back there? I just noticed them sitting back up there, the banker's boxes.
What banker's box? No, those are the old mess. All the CDs and stuff all have a number.
Okay.
Every it tells you what box is in. I've got 50 boxes of CD. So I've sold right now. Let's see how many listings do I actually have.
Are you going to keep your DVDs, CDs, and stuff like that in the
I'm gonna try
garage where it's more climate controlled?
I'm gonna try to keep them here.
Because they're saying we're going to have a cold winter this year. Not wet cold, but cold.
Oh, this person is in England. That's why she was asking about the shipping. They don't. The international does not. So I have 3,564 active listings, and let's see, the store is 93 days old, and I have people keep asking, is beer really building something? In 93 days, I've sold $10,700 worth of stuff in a brand new store. So yes, it can be done. You can build whatever you want to if you can get the inventory list easier. Well, man, it's game changing. Everybody, you hear James and several others say is life changing. It for me building this business, it's amazing. Yeah, Josh. I hope you didn't catch some death and it was just the flu because I need you and I need you and Super Dave to keep carrying on. Yeah, so they've really made it easier, Basset Noodle, to, if you're a smaller seller, you can buy do the smaller one, the pay as you go, and your listings don't expire. Or if you're, you know ambitious enough, and the average 33 a day at 1,000 is a good one. Um, I have currently, I think I'm up to 1,600 for this month. Jacob is listing 120 a day, so we'll be right. Damn, that sucks, Josh. But so we should. I'm on course to use up the full 3,000 this month. I got to make Primo look bad.
You that's a lot of CDs, DVDs. You bought a pallet load of them, didn't you?
Yeah, they're sitting over there. Jacob's working on those. I bought, but you can buy local. In just the 3 days of thrifting my mother, I bought 550, 600 CDs locally.
Like through Facebook Marketplace, that kind of place.
Just at thrift stores up there
Uh,
in Wilmington, North Carolina. And I bought some books and bought some other stuff at yard sales while we were there. I'm
What
just
kind
trying.
of
Sorry, go ahead.
what kind of thrift stores? Like mom and pop type thrift stores?
This one, the one I walked into one time that had CDs for 20 cents, so I bought 225, 230.
Man, the CDs are like $1.99 around here in the thrift stores.
Most of them here are $1. Senior day yesterday, so I got them for 75 cents.
So do books on CD do good? Like it's got a 5 discs.
They don't sell as fast, but they do sell.
Five discs. Lord have mercy. I think Harry Potter 4 was like 12 CDs long.
Yeah, I listed a set of CDs yesterday. It was whatever the hell it was, 10 discs in the set. Let me help this lady out. She's
How many of you folks sell on Etsy? I asked this on my show and Todd's show, but Scott gets a whole entirely different group of people.
Yeah, like
so here's
books on CD, like these.
so customer service. Do you look at this and go, I guess it's free shipping would be impossible. I'm not sure the shipping can be combined in that case. So what do you do with that? I tell the lady, tell me which books you want, and I'll make a custom listing with those books for you to buy. Don't when you got a customer that wants, a lot of people will tell you that customer service is not necessary online. You can't really do it. And do you accept the fact that you've got a customer that wants your product and it's difficult from where they are, or do you think your way through it and go, wait a minute, I'll make this lady a listing with 2 or 3 books, whatever she wants, and then there won't be any combined shipping, and she'll just pay charges on the one, and then I'll send her one box out, and she can, you know what I mean? So she doesn't have to pay the customs and shipping on multiple items because you can't combine international. Folks, don't be your own worst enemy. Think of how do you satisfy a customer? How do you help us sell? There's still things you can do online. Finally got your Poshmark shipping. They made very interesting, but help your business. Encourage, find things. Yes, Todd. I was I don't know who I was talking to. It might have been Ken. I don't know who it was. But I'm like, I'm gonna turn the damn ringer on that other store. So it just ding ding dings and wears Todd out. Him and his little I gotta sell. I gotta sell. Cha-ching, cha-ching. I'm like, let's because
You all the time telling me to shut up.
Todrick, you're amazing. So just don't let Scott
I'm,
bring you
I'm
down.
proud of my sales. Come on.
Yeah.
it's so this somebody asked me was I tired of it yet? Because it is a little bit of shipping. I'm like, I love music and that kind of stuff. It is fascinating to me what people order. Like somebody just bought Immortal Soul Essential Recordings. Um, somebody before that bought Smoky Mountain Hymns Volume 2, 1990 handcrafted instruments gospel from Brentwood, Tennessee. It's just, and then somebody else bought Stained. And so here you find out quickly. I've got buy two get two free on the DVDs at $7.99. So basically for $16 you can get 4 DVDs. Um, they ship for $5.22. You know, somebody bought all Christmas. They bought Cat in the Hat, Fred Claus, the Flintstones Christmas, and Madeline at the North Pole. Just very interesting, and it really gives you a lot of. So last night I put a sale on for anything with the word Christmas in the title. So all the Christmas CDs and Christmas stuff I put on sale last night. When that's the one thing I really wanted to do was to build a store that gave me a lot of flexibility in how to run coupons, how to run sales, and that you could see. Um, so Pink, and you're talking to Bassanoodle. Bassanoodle, you have a question? Yes, of course. Says it gets a history lesson with every purchase. Collectors, it's the music is very interesting. The stuff that I find, and where was I at the other day that I found I found Air Supply Christmas. I'm like, I did not know Air Supply had a Christmas album, and then the next day I found REO Speedwagon Christmas. I'm like, I did not know either one of them. You know, they seemed to be interchangeable in the '80s when I was growing up, but they both had Christmas albums I didn't know about. Everybody made a Christmas album.
Yeah. Barbara Streisand had one, and she's Jewish, and she was singing "Oh Holy Night."
Yeah, I picked up two of them yesterday, Tom.
Right, Kent? I'm
Hello.
all out of love,
Yeah.
Santa.
Hello.
So selling Depop. I've got a Depop. I don't do Depop. What's the record one? I tried selling on that record one, but when you same as it, Christmas, I'm like Christmas albums must have been an easy moneymaker because everybody and their brother has one.
Yeah, it is.
I think Elvis had 6 of them.
I listed Blue Christmas last night.
102.9, 104.7. Jabus, you've probably listened to those. They started playing Christmas music November 1.
Yeah, Discogs. I need to. If I've got something that's really rare, I need to. So I picked up when I'm in the middle of doing CDs. I was scanning at other thrift stores with mother. I was scanning, and I found a $50 CD. So that was pretty interesting. James, shouldn't you be making your next video of you lip syncing some metal music? You don't have time to be in here hanging with us plebes. You need to be lip syncing to some more metal music. Uh, uh, Discogs is a music only site. Yeah, James, you got enough hair to pull off the metal. the '80s metal Christmas CD. So you're eating breakfast.
Scott, with all the money you spent on CDs and DVDs and that mess, plus Josh's fee, are you? Is it been worth it? Has your results so far been worth all the time and all the money? And
Yes, because it's not about right now.
pardon me.
Yes, because it's not about right now. I'm averaging 3,400 items. I'm averaging $140 a day in sales. I'm like, if I get to 10,000 items, I'm closer to $500 a day.
Damn, you weren't even paying people. You weren't paying people flipping burgers that much money for a whole week of work.
I got to catch James by the summer. I got to be out selling James. So let's go.
What did I do with my phone? Oh, there it is.
I got goals. I got to pass James. It's more about building something, Tom, that lasts in the future. Something I can do. I don't want to be shipping all this heavy stuff and dragging it. I want to sell this. The ultimate goal is to have a channel like John's. So don't tell Flippin' ain't easy. Don't tell him that. A smaller channel, 200-300 items that have an average sale price of 50 plus, and then have the 20,000 items, 25,000 items in a store that sells 800 to 1,200 a day in media that Jacob runs for a lot, for the most part. Not. And so, you got one that always sells and covers everything in your base, and then you've got the other one, the stuff that I like to sell.
I had she's talking about the vinyls. Chaz is. I had a bunch of old, like 60s and 70s gospel LPs, vinyls, and I sold those all to this girl that was about 28, 29 years old. And I said, I'm nosy. Why do you want all these gospels? And she says, well, my grandmother lives with me and she likes them. And she says, I've taken a liking to them. Do they make them in CDs? I said, half these people have been dead for 30 years.
Yeah. So Hemlock found some good rock metal CDs. It's more than $1 each. Yeah. All that stuff's out there. You got to look for it because they made a bunch of it. It's not, none of us really, for the most part. There's some rare titles out of print, but for the most part.
Are you doing any 8-tracks or cassette?
I listed 65 cassettes yesterday. I sold one of them already.
And Jake, 8-tracks were about this big, and they slid into a player.
He's on the phone. He ain't listening to me.
Yeah. I thought he was reading
Yeah. Bassanu, I picked up another Carpenter's yesterday, so it listed yesterday. I sold the first one. Now the second one's up. I do have some 8-tracks. I hadn't listed them yet. The CD, the cassette I sold was NXS. I bought them. I bought a lot at the Van Massey a couple weeks ago.
Ken, I have a DVD player, thank you, or a CD player.
I have a bunch of gospel tapes over there that are all brand new. I got to get them listed probably today.
Excuse me.
Who did I find? I found the Brian Seltzer Orchestra Christmas, which was he was the lead singer of the Stray Cats. There's some very cool, interesting Christmas stuff. Couple copies of Nat King Cole. Bunch of the old crooners. They all had multiple Christmas albums. I don't know if I found Weird Al yet. I did find the original Weird Al, Ray Stevens live. All right, you youngins, if y'all don't know who Ray Stevens is, y'all need to go listen to the day the squirrel went berserk.
Guitars and
And the first stuff right
jungle band.
and then go listen to him talking about the Shriners convention. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Bubba, how'd you get that? No, 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 high dive.
The day the squirrel got loose in the first self-righteous church.
Yeah, he's a good one. I started to listen to that one. I listened to it yesterday, but I'm like, you know what? I should play it in here. Yeah, Ahab. You know, such memorable songs from the 70s and early 80s. That's and that laugh is me again, Margaret. It's me again, Margaret. Classic music. But that's the one thing I love about. I love music. I've always loved music. So the store would. I don't care as much with the movies. I don't watch many movies, but yeah, the music is the cool part.
What was it? Did he do the song at The Streak? That's it.
Yeah.
Did he do The Streak too?
Oh yeah.
That's classic music there.
Yeah,
Look.
Don't
And
look, Ethel.
That's
And
it. Ethel. I start to say Elvira.
unless you're old like the rest of us, don't start that.
That's talent back then.
Don't you have like a 30-year-old child? Come on. Oh, and it's going to list today because it's in the stack of stuff for the next stack. You'll never in a million years. I didn't know he was a singer. I always knew him as a comedian. A Jackie Gleason album. I did not know Jackie Gleason was a singer.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are really young, Jackie Gleason, the sheriff in Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah. I cannot believe you came.
When I get home, I'm gonna punch your mama in the mouth.
That's right.
If you read a lot about that movie, a lot of his lines were ad libbed.
Yeah.
There was no script. He just started carrying on. I was talking to Mother and I were talking about that how the older comedians were just people that were funny. They didn't need to be vulgar and stuff like a lot of the newer.
Yeah.
Because I was watching some clips that came through when I was doom scrolling one day, and it was of the Carol Burnett show. Tim Conway was insane.
Have you ever seen the one where he starts talking about the elephants? They're filming, and he starts talking about the elephants.
The ones that I kept seeing where he was the old guy, and he kept ad libbing to see. He had them all in stitches. None of them could stop laughing.
In one of they did a special about Carol Burnett's show, and she was talking about that. Yes, they were filmed live in front of a studio audience, but they can't have a 15-hour filming, so the director was really tight on them. Stay to the script. And Tim Conway would always go off script.
Yeah, it's and
That
who's
was
the other one
really
keeps showing up? It keeps a lot of old Johnny Carson stuff shows up on my feed every now and then, and he was kind of over the top in Caddyshack. Rodney Dangerfield, that was a funny individual. Just hysterical comedian.
But a lot of the older comedians, they had like a lot of facial expressions that went along with their jokes, and that made it funny. And now they just drop the F-bomb.
And so one of the other things I was watching the history behind the show. If you ever watched the show about Sanford and Son, that Fred Red Fox and the lady who was a stand-up comedian, which I didn't know, who played Aunt Edna, they were both stand up comedians and had known each other 30, 40 years, and they were best of friends, and they carried on and carried on, and the damn Sanford and Son.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim Conway, Robin Williams. You know, a lot of the, if you look at a lot of, you know, like YouTube videos where they're talking about making these movies, they were talking about that Robin Williams would just go off on a tangent. And Jim Carrey's supposed to be the same way with the ad libbing and whatnot. If he wasn't so crazy, he would be funny.
So Kent, it's funny you say that. So I'm sitting there, and mother had disconnected her damn antenna, and she didn't have cable, and like the rest of us. And so I put it back on, and the first show that comes on was In the Heat of the Night. And so I'm sitting there watching that episode In the Heat of the Night because I like that show from the late 80s. And it is hard to comprehend that is Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
And, you know, the sheriff and the police chief and In the Heat of the Night is Archie Bunker. Yeah, I'm sitting there thinking and going, that's just
He was, you know, and what was it? All in the Family? No, that's the name of his show, Archie Bunker's original.
all in the family.
Yeah, it was the first time. It was the first TV show to have a toilet flushing in the background. But you never knew what was coming out of Archie's mouth, and it was all fun. There was no hate to it. When George Jefferson would come over and he was making his little comments, it was nothing.
But that was the beauty of back then because they showed both sides because he carried on in the Jeffersons with
George
with the mixed race couple,
the zebras. Yeah,
you know, and we assign so much. People assign. That's the problem is people have these internal feelings that they assign to others. You know, trying to push themselves up and make themselves feel better. When that was just. That's why Gen X don't give a shit. None of us give a shit because we, you know, I don't see color for the most part. A sorry person is a sorry person. Everything else is just fair game.
Yeah, those were the days. You know, the number one episode they had was when Edith died. And Archie's sitting at the foot of their bed, and he's crying because he says, "You were supposed to have gone. I was supposed to have gone first. I couldn't live without you."
And I thought in All in the Family when I was watching it as a kid how old they were, and they weren't old actors.
We are older than they were.
I know they were 100%. Yeah, Meathead did turn out to really be a meathead after all. Yeah,
yeah, he's a dick.
And then I'm flipping through my phone, and I guess some of the old 70s stuff. So it showed the intro to what's his name and the bear. Do y'all remember that trucking show about the guy who had the monkey that went around with him in the semi truck? Something in the bear. BJ and the bear. Some of these shows I'd forgotten about.
It's
yeah, I'm 20. Y'all are 26 behind, so I figured it out before. They're all probably screaming at the computer.
What was it Archie used to say? Stifle? Was it he used to tell Edith to stifle it or something like that? My wife would knock my head off if I said stifle it. Where are they at? I'm expecting my grandson, and they should have been here by now.
Well, Johnny can't run or move that fast, so I can say what I want to. I just got to stay out of arm's range.
Yeah, but you got to sleep sometime.
I usually go to bed later, so
I don't know how that pillow was held over his face.
Okay, so there's an update on the wallet saga. I figured out who stole my wallet. If, if y'all don't know that, I don't know if have I been on here since I lost my wallet. I was going to the last thing I remember it was at an estate sale. So I went back, wasn't there. I traced all my steps. I've searched everywhere. Well, I had to put something in the trailer yesterday afternoon, and I looked down on the ground, and evidently before I went to the estate sale, I put something in the trailer, and it fell out of my pocket because my wallet's been laying in the driveway, which is along the side of the building here. It's been laying in there in the rain for like the last week and a half.
Get you. Well, it might do it with air tags, but get you a tile.
So the new wallet, they're almost identical except for this one has built. Oh, you can't see it because it's black.
Again.
It's got built-in Find My, so if it's attached to my phone now. So if I look it up and tell it where it is, it'll say your wallet is with you.
What kind of wallet is it?
Something I bought off Amazon, but it's got built-in Find My on it. It's all it's got is it'll hold 5 cards. So I've got a driver's license, pistol permit.
Did you set it so where it will tell you if you leave it behind, like you can with an iPad or a phone?
No.
There's a little setting that you can use that's just called left behind or whatever.
Yeah, because it's worrisome because I'll be in a thrift store and leave the other phone out in the car and it keeps beeping and tell me it's iPhone was left behind. I'm like, it's in the parking lot.
Yeah, I want it to be like, if you got the push button started on your car, if you walk away from your car, it'll usually like beep, 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 beep once you get like 5 feet away from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want for my phone.
Yeah,
if that's a feature of iPhones, might get me an iPhone because I lose
Yeah,
this damn thing everywhere.
And if you have an Apple Watch, it'll do that.
I don't
But
have
it's got to know where you are.
Yeah, so Kent, that's what it is. It's just a front. John Jones, Alabama's an open carry state. You don't need a permit for squat. You need the permit once you leave. And I just traveled to North Carolina and back.
And you crossed through some of the dodgy areas of North Carolina, didn't you? Shut up, Kent. Damn, son. Really? I need to give you something else to channel besides my damn landline and my vehicle.
Yeah. When did Saturn get pushed to start? What the hell?
My wife's Mazda has push to start.
Oh, I know. I knew that was.
When did Saturn drop out of the sky?
Don't you start, Jack. I'm gonna move you to the center.
I rarely carry cash, but that was the good thing because finding a wallet, there was $160 in the wallet, so that worked out good.
But just the aggravation of replacing all those damn cards in your driver's license.
Yeah, so I'm having the aggravation of having all the auto pays are on one of them cards, so I'm having to change that every time somebody says, I get an email, payment failed. Damn
it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's.
Or you could do what I do. I have one card that has all my auto pay stuff on it. That card stays in a safe. It never goes out anywhere. It never gets to get lost.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
My Saturn has automatic. You can't push to start it. But my neighbor's kid next door, his battery, we needed to go get a battery for his car because his car wouldn't start. And I said, we live on a damn hill. Let it roll down get in it. Let it roll down the hill and then pop the clutch on it. And it'll crank. And he said, will it do that? I said, oh my God, dude.
That's old school magic right there.
I don't know how many cars when I was in high school, they'd leave something on in their cars and the battery would be dead, and we would get out there pushing their cars to get them to start. And then once they got started, the batteries charged up, they were good. But that's when people had, just about everybody I knew had a shift.
Yeah, kids. There's so few manuals these days. You want a the best security device out there? Manual transmission.
Yeah, there you go.
And what's bad is it's the manuals are either in like the really low cost cars or the daggum really high price cars.
Yeah.
Everything is out is automatic. But with my bad hips and my bad knees, I need automatic.
Yeah, that was always the fun part too. If they can't drive a manual, and especially if you put that bitch on a hill, they're just going to back into somebody. Because you really had to find that pressure point on that clutch on a hill.
That's hard enough. If you're driving somebody else's car, that's hard enough to do if you're good at driving a stick.
Yeah. Because I had a Jeep CJ5 and it had a 3-speed in it. And my friend had a 3-speed Chevy Nova. And he would get in there and he would choke it down for about the first 3 or 4 times trying to drive that Jeep because the clutch release was so much different in them.
Yeah, my favorite car I've owned was a stick. My 300ZX was a stick. That was a lot of fun to drive.
There's a guy on YouTube that's got a Saturn, and he pulls a trailer with him every place because he's got like a 1,000 kilowatt generator on the trailer, and it's all wired to the car, so it's running off the generator, not off the batteries. Funny as hell looking.
Yeah, Joe Pickard. Make a video of them trying to pop the clutch on that big ass Ram truck. Not that thing doesn't weigh a ton. You better have a big hill.
Well, that's just it, especially even now the semis have automatic transmissions in them.
Automatic manual, yeah.
Are they automatic manual?
Or clutchless manual, yeah.
Yeah,
Is that like the old Volkswagen Beetles where you could shift gears without pushing the clutch in?
Yeah, Mother had a Honda that did that. They called it a Manumatic.
Yeah. A lot. I mean, there are some that are probably completely automatic, but a lot of the semis are becoming clutchless manual.
It was a little. I think it was only a 2-speed Honda. It was like a '76 Civic. It had a Manumatic where you shifted the first to second. That was it, and it high and low. And
is that the one? Is that the one that was you could put up in the back of your Ford pickup truck?
Oh, absolutely! It was no bigger than this office chair.
I mean, those things were tiny. They were about to. I don't even know if a Mini. I think a Mini is bigger than those things were.
Oh, I know they are.
Good times, you young'uns like Kent. Y'all don't know the good times we had.
Kent's my age. What are you talking about?
Is he really?
Yeah.
I thought he was a little smart ass like Lag.
No, Kent.
Smart ass.
Kent and I are the same age.
Okay.
Now, Dad had that even small car growing up. He had a Car McGee convertible. That's another little bitty thing.
Yeah. One of the guys at my high school had a Triumph Spitfire.
About the same size, yeah.
Yeah, and that thing. I mean, his grandfather bought it for him, and it had like 1,500 miles on it. That sucker sounded like it was going to explode anytime you went that place. Those were good cars. I'm just talking about that era. You didn't see any high price in my high school, and I went to one of the more upscale high schools in the area. You didn't see kids driving Mercedes to school and all those high end cars
like they do today.
It was like whatever you could find that would get you where you want to go, and you didn't have to ride in the big yellow limo.
Yeah, I went to a country out in the county. It was all pickup trucks.
Yeah, there was a lot of those in our.
And my little bitty '79 Mustang with, I think that thing had like 129 horsepower or something stupid. I mean, it was ridiculous. That that 4.7, I can get out and run faster than that thing would go.
But that was trucks back in those days were not status symbols like they are now.
You know, they were,
You know, everybody having to have one. There's a guy down the street from us. He's got a Dodge 350 4-wheel drive crew cab dually. It's never been off the ground, off the road. Never has been.
yeah,
He pulls a 14-foot bass boat with it.
that thing's badass, Kent, for sure.
What is that thing?
It's probably a 240 or a 260 SX. I mean, a 240 or a Nissan. It was the precursor to the 300ZX, the 240ZX or 260ZX. Probably a 40.
Of the car.
Yeah, Kent was at SEMA last week. The 240, it's probably a 240 because the 260 was only it was only a 2-year model before the 280 came. I think it was a 2-year model.
You know, and those early model Z cars, they were stout little vehicles because there was a guy that ran a club over by the high school. I mean, by the high school, by the college, and you would see him come in, and he would have that sucker packed full of bags of ice. And he must have drove that thing for a couple 100,000 miles.
And then I bought a 240 SX. When did I have that car? I had that car near the time Joni got disabled, something about 011, 010. It was a 92. I'd always wanted a car with pop-up headlights, so I drove that for a couple of years. And then Jacob drove it to high school until he drove without oil and burned the engine up.
Daddy forgot to check the oil.
Chick magnet.
I had a 310 GX. That was a good little car.
Sitting down in a little bitty car with pop-up headlights are the best.
Yeah. The girls are looking. Is that the only thing that pops up in high school? Yeah, Datsun. How many of y'all remember Datsuns?
Yeah, I think when did they make the official change? In late 70s, early 80s?
Yeah. Datsun was the American version of Nissan.
They dropped it in 1981.
And the reason being was Datsun sounded more American than Nissan.
That's what they came up with, yeah. But it was even those early Datsuns, all the parts in them were Nissan.
Yeah.
Everything said Nissan in it, except for the name badge.
They came up with the name because a guy put together a car, and the executive said Datsun. You know, Datsun. Short time.
Mm.
All right, has to get it.
You already told us you had to go once, and you're still hanging out with us. What the hell?
Well, see, Chaz just had a cha-ching.
Does anybody have any exciting plans for next week? Anybody going on any trips?
Not
No.
yet. I've got 42 more days.
Oh, yeah. Do you going? I think you got a big ass coat.
It's summertime down there.
Yep.
Time for Thanksgiving.
Are y'all following Admiral Byrd's flight path in and out? I want some good pictures of Middle Earth.
All right.
Middle Earth. He's going to be whining and dining on a cruise ship. Well, I'm sorry we won't be here, lad, because we'll be at Grandma's house.
I just spent 260 some bucks for the Wi-Fi package for 14 nights.
He'll come back with his ears all frostbitten off.
No, about December he'll start growing his beard out real long, so he'll look like an explorer.
This is about as long as I can stand it.
They come back with a pack of trained penguins to raise willow trees.
Yeah, I'm scared that he's gonna fall off the edge when he gets down there.
It's beyond the ice wall.
They
I'm
won't
sure-
let us go beyond the ice wall.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this is not an excursion, exploration cruise.
This is a bunch of rich people.
So you can only they're only allowed to take people off the ship if it can hold 200 or less, or has 200 passengers or less, and only 100 at a time. This cruise ship is going to be 2,900 people, 3,000 people. So
Are there going to be any excursions at all while you're down there?
off ship excursions,
Yeah.
yeah, there'll be some, but not in Antarctica. It'll be in some of the other areas.
Okay.
But there's about every day, almost every day, there's places where we'll be docking for 2 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, whatever, for wildlife and viewing from the ship.
Will you be able to actually put your feet on Antarctica? Well, shit, you haven't been to Antarctica yet. You've been in the neighborhood.
Go all through it, but no, you cannot get off the ship in Antarctica outside of those rules.
Well, why don't you get off some of that money you got stashed up there and take a VIP trip down there?
Maybe I'll take a helicopter tour. That would be fun.
Yeah.
At a later date, if I decide, this is worth coming back to.
So Joe Picker, that means you didn't marry crazy enough. I get stuck on a cruise ship with Joni for 14 days. I'll meet like 14 different people.
Lord, Joe, John, Grumpy John, and his wife were gone for 30 days on a cruise.
Kent, what wife are you getting trapped with?
Excuse me.
You could just pick up a different hooker every night.
Oh Lord, is he single?
Yeah, it looked like it was gonna get cold here, and all of a sudden, here we're back in the 70s for.
I think this week it's supposed to start dropping down again.
I don't think it is here.
Supposed to start getting some rain this week.
Oh, it's raining here yesterday and today already.
Yeah, the high is 74, 71, 71, 69. Okay, so Thanksgiving, the high this far out is 50.
Oh, wait a minute. I just had an epiphany. It all comes into play now. Why Kent is so obsessed with upside down pineapples? Because he's single and he's looking for some action.
He's just projecting.
That's the weather in Buenos Aires this week. That's where we'll be flying into from here to Atlanta and Atlanta to Buenos Aires.
How many mugs are you buying this time?
All of them, duh.
Jake, the bear mugs, glasses. My great niece's wife, yeah, that's what I said. She's a manager of a Starbucks. She said that they had 100 people in line when she got to the store to open it up. And she said, I only got 4.
Right.
I only got 4.
Yeah. And she knew how many she had at that point.
Yeah, she knew how they'd already come in the night before.
Yep. Everybody got FedExed in the day before.
And she said, only 4.
Yep.
So if you're here for if you pass the 4th person, and you're here only for the mugs, then you might as well move along.
I don't understand that when there's only 4 per store, why do 100 people line up?
Well, there were other things, the Hello Kitty stuff. There were other things in the drop, and nobody knew how many there were. It was a secret. It was purely planned by Starbucks. It was a secret how many there were.
And see, that's the reason they don't get stuck with mugs and stuff like that. They only make a certain number of them, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. So they had the Hello Kitty and the other rest of the merch drop for the Christmas merch was also part of the virality of it, but the mugs drove it for sure. I saw one at my local Starbucks a couple days ago.
Why didn't I get them? I wasn't going to drive to Anderson, South Carolina, and every time she comes up this direction, she brings me coffee, the bags of coffee, because she doesn't drink coffee.
All right.
I
I
hear
got to get gone.
I know, I do too. I hear car doors shutting outside, so I'm hoping my kid's here. So
Goodbye.
I'm hoping tomorrow. So in the morning show, Oliver should make an appearance for a minute or two.
Mm-mm-mm. All right, then I'm going to eat breakfast.
All right, y'all have a great day. Bye.
Since they ended the show, it's terrible. May all have a good night.